I'm the dude. So that's what you call me, you know? That or his dudeness or duder or, El Duderino.
Welcome back, Slotcar family, on another video on Slotcar Dude. Today we gonna wrap up the build of the Renntransporter Mercedes from TA71 in Italy. I've done a few videos already on this 3D printed kit. Here we also have a look at the 3D printed chassis that comes actually with the kit. The kit I got is the 1:24 kit because that's more my kind of scale, because that's what we race at our club as well. I set up the chassis the way I thought it is the right way. I added the wheels and tires with spares that I have in my spare box, and the tires are urethanes that I thinned or made as thin as possible, so that it looks a little more decent to this kit, because of course the car in its one-to-one scale or in reality did not have very wide tires, so that's why I chose the very thin ones. And I also found some rims, some aluminum rims that I had in my spare box to fit that car. The kit itself is very easy to assemble. All parts fit really well. The only struggle that I personally always have is windows and glasses, but that's a personal thing. That's not on the kit. So I took a little time and did it just piece by piece, make it look as good as possible.
If you like this kind of content, please leave a like. If you want to get informed when I issue new videos, feel free to subscribe to my channel. It's free of charge. Leave comments, share, tell others. Just feel free to stroll around in my channel, ask questions, all slot car related. You ask them, you get an answer. No problem.
Of course, this kit comes with a full interior, also 3D printed with quite many details. I tried to get them in shape or paint them as good as possible. Of course, also things like rim inserts. Yes, I love rim inserts to fit to the rims itself. The body itself, again, was no big deal. The paint job was easy to do if you use primer and filler, and the sanding is not as bad as estimated. I have to admit, I thought it was by far more, but no, it turned out pretty well. So, and as I already told you that I'm not really a fan of those glass things, I really struggled with the glasses of the front and rear lights. And finally, I did them myself because I was just unable to cut them with the glass parts that came with the kit. They're made of Lexan, but that's on me. So I made my own glasses for the complete front and rear lights, and also for the orange parts. I also used those Tamiya clear colors to do the brake, the red sorry, brake glass, and the orange, what do you call it, direction, well, whatever, the orange glass parts. As you can see here, and it worked out pretty well, the clear fix that I showed previously works really well for small glass parts, so you can do that yourself. And again, very durable, very easy to do, dries out in about 24 hours, and then you can paint it. So the kit was slowly coming together part by part. Again, I did take my time. because I wanted to do that, because I wanted to have a decent look on this, to me, very special kit. Why is it special? Well, you don't get this car in 1 to 24 anywhere else. I can't think of. There was a 1 to 32 version from Slot. Maybe I'm gonna do something like a comparison in another video and show those two cars and just compare them side by side. Again, the details, I love the details on this car. They were easy to do. All parts fitted very well. So this is a very well thought kit where somebody really invested a lot of work. And of course, finally, this took me to the track, or I took the car to the track to check out how it looks on a Carrera track, on a big scale track with this really big car. It's massive, but it's special, as I said, and that's what really drew me to this kit, and that's why I wanted to do this kit. So here we go. First, track parts to be covered by the car, and I was surprised. I was positively surprised how well this car ran. Again, I used urethane tires, very slim ones, but they started to build up quite a decent grip. So it was really fun to drive this car. Of course, it's special and you can't race it, but this is no mag, and just look at it. I was driving it at 12 volts, as most of our cars at the club track, and we'll do a few full laps. Now, the reason why the gear does sound loud is after this test, the crown gear was completely eaten up. I was doing it wrong when setting up the chassis. So this is on me, this is not on the kit. I found out afterwards, after the gear was just gone. But it was a lot of fun to drive. We could do, or I could do all really sharp turns, the R1s on the Carrera track. Yes, it's just a question of guide setup, brake setup, but it does work and it does drive decently. So this is, to me, has become to me a very special show car. And I really loved building it, in case I haven't mentioned it before. Yes, I really enjoyed building that car. It did take a while. That was for time reasons on my side and for the reason that I wanted to really have it set up in a decent way and built in a decent way. Now there's one thing missing, and that's the side mirrors. I haven't put them on yet because transporting the car in a transport box, those would have been the parts to fall off first. That's why I haven't put them on yet. Yes, they're already painted, they're prepared, and I'm just thinking of a way on how to put them on so that they will stay on. Again, all the details that, oh no, there's one more thing missing here. It's a number plate in the rear. I already pre-painted that. I just haven't glued it on. So two parts missing. It is the rear mirrors and the number plate holder in the rear. So those things will be added, and just enjoy with me the looks of this car, the outcome of this car. Again, very easy build, very pleasant build, and I think it looks quite okay for my building skills. Of course, there's always space for improvement, but on such a special car, I just try and have it built as good as possible. Now, there would be some decals missing, or the original car had decals on the driver and co-driver side. I haven't found a supplier for 1 to 22 decals of that, but I'm hunting that down still, so maybe this will be added in the future. So this is one or two last looks, and to me this is the most best looking angle of this driver's cabin. Well, Slotcar family, that was it. That was the first impressions, the last impressions of the workshop with this car and the first impressions on track. If you like what you've seen, again, please press the like button. Press the subscribe button if you want to see more and get informed when I issue new videos. Tell others, leave comments, share this video. And of course, as always with Slotcar, don't forget, there is more to come.